Extra. Now with over 20% more power.
It's GST Business Bonanza time at Harvey Norman. When you flexi-rent your computer needs for GST compliance, you get up to a $400 bonus. You can flexi-rent equipment or software and training by using your $200 GST government startup voucher as the first payment. Then you'll get another $200 gift voucher from FlexiRent. That's a total bonus of $400. Hurry, this offer ends June 30. Conditions apply. See store for details. Get started today. See your local Harvey Norman store.
Want to explore a whole television gives you the chance to win an IBM Aptiva 80A computer with a Pentium 3 processor, plus unlimited internet access for a year. Entering is as easy as 1, 2, 3. It's simple. If you subscribe to Optus Local, plus Optus Internet, plus Optus Television, you automatically go in the draw to win. Also, consolation prizes of internet packs and phone cards. See your Optus Television guide for details. Have all 3 products and you could win. So now I can explore a whole new world.
Are you interested in prosecuting the Williams case?
A serial offender.
Not really.
How does it feel now? How do you feel?
A victim of abuse. And a chance in court for justice.
Did he ever strike you?
He hit me.
But what if she thinks she is to blame?
I wanted to be the one who was hit. Then I'd know I was loved.
William Hurt and Robin Wright starring Loved. Coming soon to Movie Extra.
It's a totally immersive experience.
I enjoy what I do. I believe in what I do.
You can shop without leaving the house.
This is so cool.
Check out some great websites.
Optus Television, at home, Excite, Networker.
They fought once as amateurs. As pros, they were destined to meet again. Now, for 2 of boxing's pound-for-pound superstars, the time has come. The Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, and Sugar Shane Mosley. This is destiny. Plus, Butterbean defends his crown.
Oh, what action!
De La Hoya, Mosley, the World Welterweight Championship live main event pay-per-view Sunday, June 18. Call 1-300-300-666 and book now.
And welcome to game day halftime. The Kangaroos played Port Adelaide up at the SCG in very windy conditions. And now we'll take a look at some of the second half highlights. Port Adelaide, just after the break here, mistake from the kick-in. Peter Bell swooped on the mistake and a left foot kick got the Roos off to a very good start. Corns dives on the ball and David King, the old wheelbarrow, Shorey.
I think he's got a wedgie there, has he?
It was the old wheelbarrow, and the goal resulted to the Kangaroos for holding the ball for Chad Corns. And look, he's not real happy about that one. Carey, what about this for talent? One-handed in a packed situation, just like picking oranges. Lockwood Roves here, normally known as a marking player, kicks his 3rd game of the goal to put the Port within 11 points. And Brent Harvey comes here, very good quick hands, paddles the ball towards the boundary line, picks the ball up in a bit of congested traffic, handballs it over to Corey McKern. He then flicks the ball to Glenn Archer, who played a very good second half. And as we can see the score there, you can see Kangaroos 76 to Port Adelaide 59, running out by 17 points. The goal kickers, Carey 5, Archer 2, and Corns and Lockwood 3 goals apiece for Port Adelaide.
Well, it's interesting you talk about Port Adelaide there, John, because it was the thing that we picked up before the game. We didn't think they could kick a big enough score if Treadray didn't have a dominant game. Well, he didn't kick a goal today, and it was the unlikely duo of Corns and Lockwood who kicked 3 apiece, which kept them in the game. And it was interesting because they were totally dominated against out of the centre bounce, Todd.
Yeah, look, it was amazing. Port won the centre bounce clearances 14-5, and that's been in contrast to the North Melbourne being very good. Burton's been outstanding in that area, but as we mentioned in the pre-match, that really Primus was too strong and too physical for Big Spider Burton.
Yeah, and look, the Kangaroos went in too tall, I guess, especially in the start of the game. They had Burton and Capuano at different stages in the first quarter, both on the bench, and it really didn't allow them the flexibility, and Primus had a very good game, but we talk about the Port lack of scoring opportunities. Treadray only had 2 kicks for the game.
Yeah, Mick Martin, he's just a sensation, isn't he? I think he's probably on a par with Steve Silvani as the fullback of the decade, and a lot of people don't say that, but I really believe that he just keeps stopping his opponent kicking goals. goals. 2 kicks, no goals at Tread Rate. They weren't going to win the game if that occurred.
Archer ended up with 2 goals, but it must be worrying for Dennis that down back he's just out of all sorts at the moment, just really struggling.
Yeah, though he did push forward, I think, in the second half and played very well up forward and kicked a couple of goals and just was a real live wire, but it was a real struggle all day for the Kangaroos.
Yeah, they put some pressure on Port, and I think you've got to give them some credit there, but if you have a look, the 2 Kings were the difference, weren't they? King Carey's kicked 5 at full forward and David King around the ground. Probably the best move to put him in the midfield, John. I think Dennis Pagan did it about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right. He gives them plenty of dash. But Wayne Carey kicked 5 goals, was pretty well held by Darren Mee, but just the class of the player type.
Yeah, look, the one-handed mark on the highlights just sums up how he plays. He's just a level above everyone else. But early on in the first half, when they were really struggling, Carey put his hand up and managed to kick a couple of goals, whereas down the other end, we've mentioned Treadray, unfortunately, did not get a sniff. But that was the difference really in that first half when Port had a little bit of momentum.
Yes, it was, and we'll be back after the break with an early score for the West Coast Carlton game over at Subiaco.
The AFL Premiership Season 2000, brought to you by Harvey Norman, the new 3-litre turbo diesel petrol, and the bank that helps businesses make it happen.
The European PGA Tour 2000.
Lap is only playing one place, the bottom of the cup.
Tonight at 7 on C7 Sports.
It looks good. It's very good. It's outstanding.
That could be a costly miss.
Exclusive highlights of the Volvo PGA Championship.
My goodness, did you see that? And something again puts him off.
Beautifully struck.
The European PGA Tour continues. Tonight at 7 on C7 Sports.
Hurry to Harvey Norman for a bonus towel pack on our great range of washing machines. That's right, a Canning Val towel pack valued at $79.95. This Fisher & Paykel fully featured 5.5 kg washer, now $6.99 plus bonus towel pack. A Hoover 7.5 kg washer with stainless steel wash bowl, $7.99 plus bonus towel pack. You also get the towel pack with this exclusive Ariston 5 kg front loader at $9.99. This bonus towel pack is for a limited time only.
He's ready to go.
Action.
Menthol Plus.
Again.
Menthol Plus.
Again.
Menthol Plus.
Again.
Give them all you've got. Menthol Plus! Get it? Got it? Good. And they also come in 5 great flavors.
What truth will the paint reveal? Is it hiding deception or merely the harshness of reality? Find out as Vampiro and all the superstars of WCW hit the ring at WCW's Great American Bash.
Live and exclusive to Main Event Pay-Per-View, Monday, June 12th at 10 a.m. To subscribe, phone 1300 300 666 and book now.
He's an obnoxious millionaire.
Right on.
And bored with his wife's antics.
Hey, Adam and Evil.
And his only son is about to drop out of college. There's really only one thing he can do.
I'm going to college.
And change a few school rules along the way.
Hey, what's a band without Bubbles? Hey, Bubbles, come over here, will you?
The irrepressible Rodney Dangerfield is joined by Sally Kellerman and Robert Downey Jr. in Back to School, coming soon to Movie Greats.
On July 1st, 2000, the federal government will introduce a 10% goods and services tax.
So with the GST, how much will the standard Optus television package be?
Direct debit customers who subscribe to either the Optus Tele Deluxe or the Optus Deluxe package will pay $39.95 per month, including GST.
That's only around 5%. Or $2 more than the pre-GST price.
Yes, however, customers who do not pay by direct debit will pay $42.15 per month, including GST.
Will the cost of the Optus television magazine increase?
The Optus television magazine will stay at the usual price of only $2.50, including GST. But if you'd like to know more, check out details in the June issue or log on to the Optus website.
What truth will the paint reveal? Find out as Vampiro hits the ring at WCW's Great American Bash.
Live on Main Event. To subscribe, phone 1300 300 666 and book now.
Welcome back to Game Day halftime. The Western Bulldogs are playing the Melbourne Football Club here at Colonial Stadium. And now Todd Viney runs us through a few of the first half highlights.
Yes, well, we'll have a look at this from David Neitz, who started in the back line, somehow ends up in the forward line. Great recovery from a bloke who's had 3 knee reconstructions and kicks a goal. Next one, have a look at the tackle. Starts here with Matthew Whelan. Andrew Leoncelli ends up kicking the goal down the other end, but it started with that fantastic tackle by Whelan. McDonald gets the ball here, kicks it up forward. A nice bit of play, coming to the ball, Robinson, who's been live wire up forward once again. Finds a little bit of space, kicks down the line again. Matthew Feeder draws the player, comes inside. McDonald again, finds Leoncelli, who's linked up, really run hard from the back half, and drills a kick from about 50 metres. That was a very good finish. The tackling from both teams has been pretty fierce and terrific. Have a look at the tackles here. Melbourne were leading the tackles 19-11, but the tackling from both teams has been ferocious. Liberatore in there amongst it. Leoncelli's laid 2 tackles already. Powell unfortunately went in a bit low there and got a free kick to the Western Bulldogs player. Coming in here, Kingsley Hunter kicks the ball in. Leoncelli tries to get the ball out to Neitz. Unfortunately gets swamped by a number of players. The Western Bulldogs, this is about as easy as they got the ball in the first half. Really struggling to get the ball going forward. Jono goes to his knees, gets up, very lucky not to be caught holding the ball, and Roland Smith kicks a long bomb from 50, but that was about as easy as it got for the Western Bulldogs in that first half. Scores 10-4-64 to Melbourne, 4-6-30 to the Western Bulldogs, and the Melbourne Footy Club pretty impressive at the first half.
Oh, look, Toddy, I think that Neil Danaher should get a lot of credit here. I don't think anybody would have picked David Neitz going and playing up forward and Swartz playing up in defence, and I think he's got the jump on Terry Wallace early in that game.
And what about centre clearances? We spoke before the game in the pre-match about the ruck drills and how important they are, and really Melbourne that first quarter 7-1 centre clearances.
Yeah, well, that's been the Western Bulldogs' strength, and the Melbourne Footy Club have worked pretty hard to turn that around, but Western Bulldogs started to turn that around the second quarter, but I'd say Woden has been the main contributor in that centre bounce clearance, has got the ball out. Young Simmons is doing fantastically well against the more experienced Wind and Darcy, so pretty good effort by a young kid that's only played a handful of games.
Well, the Western Bulldogs, the only way I can see them getting back into this game is to change their forward setup, and one person who's done that a fair few times has been Todd Curley. He can go forward and kick a couple of goals, because at the moment Ingerson's doing a great job on Grant, and they just can't get a multiple goal scorer.
What about Kingsley Hunter? I mean, he's played up forward before. Would you throw him forward?
Oh, it's a bit of a dangerous one, because he's the only key position player up the other end except for Croft. Yeah, you could try that, because he has kicked multiple goals when he was over in Western Australia.
Yeah, at the moment Schwartz is just dominating at centre-half back, which was a bit of a strange move, but he's really been very good, sets up to a lot of counter-attack. As you saw, he's already kicked 1 goal from centre-half back, and I think he's had another couple of shots from centre-half back, so I think he's just going to have to keep that up. Terry Wallace should address that and try and change that as soon as he can.
That's been untried, isn't it? Why would he have changed it at the start of the game? Swartz playing in defence doesn't happen very often.
I don't think I've ever seen it happen, but you know, last week he kicked 5 points straight. Hasn't been in great form, maybe just to release the pressure as the Kangaroos have done with Carey, and it's certainly worked a treat so far.
Can the Bulldogs get up from here? I mean, they're second of the footy at the moment.
I think they'll struggle, and I think the thing is they're just as tough in midfield for the Demons as what the Bulldogs are in midfield also.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a big task. They're a very good team, the Western Bulldogs. They'll bounce back, but really need to get some sort of ascendancy from their half-back line and kicking into their forward line.
You've got to remember the fourth quarter is Melbourne's best quarter too, so they come home pretty well.
Yeah, traditionally been the worst quarter is the first quarter for the Demons, but they've started on fire today.
And I mean, their midfielders have just been sensational. We spoke earlier about some of that's been the biggest strength of midfielders from the Melbourne Football Club's point of view, but really if the Doggies are going to get back into this game, they really need Weston, Libba and Jose Ramiro, those players, to exert an influence on those running players from the Melbourne Football Club to get back in the game.
Yeah, at the moment, Libba's tagging Leoncelli. Perhaps they could change that and go to Woden, because I think Woden has been more damaging.
And there's a big game over in Perth this afternoon between West Coast and Carlton. We'll see an early score with 1 goal apiece, 1 to Gehrig and 1 to Lappin from the Carlton Football Club. So close there, and we'll be back with game day post-match. We'll have the highlights and scores from all games.
We're halfway through and there's no turning back now. Commonwealth Bank Trophy netball attacks. Round 7 and the Melbourne Kestrels take it to the Swiss for the first time this season. Sydney shooting for the top of the table. The Talons are out.
Hold on to your hats. This is the final quarter.
Then backing up a carnival on court is the Sydney University Sandpipers let fly against Queensland's finest, the Firebirds. Oh, great take. Commonwealth Bank Trophy netball. 2 games, 2 good. Round 7 Friday, replay Saturday.
really into cricket, you don't just play it, you live it. Which bank understands? The Commonwealth Bank. With the Cricket Academy, we're helping young cricketers make it happen.
Colonial Stadium, Docklands. It's heaven on earth for Saints. Join the Saints in season 2000 at Colonial Stadium. Phone 1300-130-966 now for your free Saints 2000 membership book and reserved seating details. Colonial Stadium. It's heaven on earth for Saints.
On July 1st, 2000, the federal government will introduce a 10% goods and services tax.
So with the GST, how much will the standard Optus television package be?
Direct debit customers who subscribe to either the Optus Tele Deluxe or the Optus Deluxe package will pay $39.95 per month, including GST.
That's only around 5%. Or $2 more than the pre-GST price.
Yes, however, customers who do not pay by direct debit will pay $42.15 per month, including GST.
Will the cost of the Optus television magazine increase?
The Optus television magazine will stay at the usual price of only $2.50, including GST. But if you'd like to know more, check out details in the June issue or log on to the Optus website.
What truth will the paint reveal? Find out as Vampiro hits the ring. The WCW's Great American Bash.
Live on Main Event. To subscribe, phone 1300-300-666 and book now.
Trouble with your TV set? What you need, my friend, is Spin. Revolutionary new from O. How much should you use? Just a little on the TV set, and you'll be amazed at the results.
Wait a minute. Oh, fantastic. No matter. That's my job, Miss Lane.
For vibrant, entertaining TV, tune to O and set to Spin. Tonight, 8 o'clock. That's 8 on your dial.
Did that excite you?
Not as much as it should.
When the passion in their marriages dies.
I want to make love with you right now because you're my husband and I want a baby!
You know that only deception can follow.
No wonder cheating's so popular.
I want to know what he's been doing with my wife!
Nick Nolte and Julie Christie in the Australian television premiere of Afterglow, coming soon to Movie Extra.
Well, the only place to be on a cold Sunday afternoon. Roof closed at Colonial Stadium. The only better place to be is at home, watching us, coming to you live on C7. And at half-time, the Bulldogs are getting a bit of a shock. They trail by 34 points to a very committed Demon outfit who were great in the first half. They kicked 6 goals in the first quarter, 4 more in the second. And the Dogs managed just 3 and 1. Let's have a look at the Mitsubishi Motors match stats to half-time with Paul Couch.
Well, a very good, the D's. David Neitz has been sensational. Just their taller players have been more dominant. Swartz, Neitz and Whelan. Centre breaks, the Melbourne still in front there, 9. Inside 50 even, and that's where the difference is. The Melbourne defence has been absolutely sensational. Tackles 10 inside 50, marks 11, turnovers 2, where the tackles for the Bulldogs forwards is only 2 and marks 4. So there's 7 marks difference there inside the Bulldogs 50, and that's why they're playing so well. Just the defence, the meanest defence, or second meanest defence in the competition, the Melbourne side. So they've been very good. Whelan's laid up a couple of sensational tackles. Walsh has been good, and Swartz and Neitz have also combined very well, interchanging in between forward line and back line.
But don't count your chickens just yet. There's still an hour of football to go, and remember yesterday Collingwood led Geelong by 6 goals and somehow lost, and this is a 6-goal lead. It's not safe yet. Just 3 weeks ago, the Bulldogs trailed by 31 points at three-quarter time and still won. So matches can swing quickly. Well, I think this is a glowing endorsement for Colonial. I know we had a little incident in the second quarter when Jeff Farmer lost his footing, brought up a divot, and might have cost him a certain goal. But, gee, in weather conditions like this, this is the place to be. There's the divot left by Jeffrey Farmer. He was going nearly as fast as I've ever seen a league footballer travel.
Well, we did suggest it might be a scorch mark.
Oh, very exciting, Jeffrey Farmer.
He was on screen. exciting play.
Opening bounce for the second half. Troy Simmons taking a long run up at Luke Darcy to contest the bounce. Darcy crunches straight into him beautifully down to Romero. That's perfect. Grant, an awkward half volley. And the crunch picked up by Neitz, who comes out wide. Neitz started forward, going back now. Walsh up towards centre wing. Woden just inside the line. He's got Simmons, who from the centre ruck contest went forward. Simmons dodges around Brown. Woden, oh, it's a floating hand pass, not good enough. Ellis chops it off. Craig Ellis. Woden with the tackle. Walsh! Geez, a good player. Never waited for it. Walsh went and got the ball. Farmer taps on brilliantly. Schwartz puts the hand pass wide. Shot by Robertson is offline and out of bounds from about 30 metres right in front.
Actually, Schwartz probably didn't realise that he had the opportunity of just having a shot himself then, because he actually spun himself out of trouble. It was unselfish play, but in the end, it may have even been better for Schwartz to have the shot, because Russell Robinson was under a fair bit of pressure, as the Bulldogs' defence has been all day. Croft comes wide, finds Curley, so a casual bounce. Time for some think music as he just makes up his mind. Centre half forward, Grant's the target, try to take a one-hand up, been interfered with.
No, it's going the other way.
Well, Rowan Smith, in fact, is going to take the free, is he? Yep. Well, he's kicked 2 goals, one in the first quarter, one in the second.
And he kicked from the same distance in the first quarter, KV.
It usually is a thumping kick. Kicked 24 goals for the season from 55 metres out. An important kick for the Bulldogs. Got carry, it has. Three goals to Rowan Smith, and just the start the Bulldogs wanted in this third quarter.
Well, it wasn't great defensive play by the Melbourne defenders there. They weren't back on the line there, where they had to actually go backwards instead of going forwards and launching himself and punching the ball here.
I see the free kick there with Whelan getting straight in the back of Rowan Smith.
Rowan Smith, 4 kicks, 3 goals. Important that the Dogs got the first goal of this second half. Simmons, Liberatore wins it for the Dogs, and they come forward again. Bartlett with Neitz. Grant, good hands. Sensational. He was caught in a good grip by Walsh. Woden round the opponent's body. Out towards centre wing it comes. Simmons floats a left footer in the direction of Farmer. Clean ball by that. Comes back to Curley. Run down by McDonald. Good pressure by the Melbourne forward, and it's caused a turnover. Oh, Rigoni got a shocking bounce, and then goes in for the tackle. West to Liberatore. Good running by the Dogs out of defence. Craig Ellis. Then he delayed it. Wills on the ground at the start of the second half, and he's got it 48 metres from goal. Spent the first half sitting down, Andrew Wills.
The flying egg.
Well, we saw Nigel Smart over in Adelaide last night, and he needed a beanie on the head like that. Not too bad inside today with the roof closed.
He's polished up, Wilson.
Wills. Looks pretty good. Gee, it's a great kick.
Well, it was a great kick there. Willsy didn't let his teammate down there in Craig Ellis. Just worried about Craig Ellis' decision-making today, but it was a good kick to Willsy. He's been recruited from Fremantle to kick goals. Just didn't know what to do with Craig Ellis, but picked out the right option. Wills with his pace, able to get behind Neitz and kick another good goal for the Western Bulldogs, their second in this term.
Demons by 22 points. They're thrown down the gauntlet. Been snapped up by the Bulldogs, getting the ball out of the centre square. Jose Ramiro, a high ball, it's one for the Brave. And Trent Bartlett's got it in handballs. The first Bartlett in 35 years to do that. That's a disgrace. Down to Hudson, who thumps the ball back over the line for a toss back in.
And you spoke about centre clearances. This is where the Bulldogs have been very good. They've had 3 centre clearances to Melbourne 0, whereas Melbourne were very good in that first half. So the turnarounds happened.
Bulldogs have come out breathing fire. Simmons been sharked that time by Grant. Jose caught high, no free kick. They'll pile on top. The ball up on 50. 42 plays 64. They trailed by 34 points at half-time. They've dragged it back to a 22-point ball game. Will Danaher and Brian Royal calling the shots. Don't underestimate the Bulldog spirit. They've based their whole club and efforts around that over the last 3 or 4 years. They'll keep on coming. Darcy kicks a high ball. Eagleton couldn't take it on the second grab. Bartlett desperate. Spent a bit of time on the interchange bench. Powell ties him up. Still a loose ball. Inside 50. Chance for the Bulldogs. They need a kind bounce. Clever play. Wills is going to kick a goal. Great play by Hudson. And a really good second and third effort by Nathan Eagleton. After dropping a tough mark, he was the one who toe-poked it out of the pack.
Yeah, just smart play. That's where they've improved the Bulldogs in this third quarter. Just intelligent work in a tight contest. Get the ball out quickly. Hudson with a little flick there to Wills, and that's his second goal. So he's provided the spark, Andrew Wills, which they needed desperately, the Bulldogs, in this third term.
Well, how quickly things can change. Half-time address by a coach can work wonders, and the Bulldogs midfield getting a lot more of the footy now than they were in the first half. Powell, his hand pass is knocked down by Nathan Brown. He goes off the ground. Will's on fire. What a start he's had to this second half. He contributes to the tackle and gets the hand pass up. Ellis, all Bulldogs at the moment. Ooh. It comes to Scott West. 48 metres out on the left. Here's another one. Minutes of play in the third quarter, and the Bullies have kicked 4 goals.
Sensational. Wills again on the tackle on Gerg there. Really made him earn his pick there. Great tackle, quickly onto it. Great attack on the ball by Chris Grant. Should have been a free kick there, but Scotty West, who's lifted in this third term of all the on-ballers in tight situations, ball-ups and boundary throw-ins have been very good. In for the ball first, the turnarounds come.
The Bulldogs have turned this game around in 7 minutes. They trail by 10 points. Wills has burst onto the ground. He's booted 2 goals. Goals to Smith. Goals to Scotty West. Getting the ball out of the centre square. Kicked off the ground by West again. Here's Wills. He's inspired. Desperate to show his wares. Leon Challey. He'll share the ball around with Walsh. Row Road and some fancy footwork. Comes away to Leon Challey. Sets it up to Swartz inside the centre square. Stands and delivers a big bomb. Robertson's out in front. He's got it. Screaming for the ball is Phoebe, and Matthews got it. 55 metres out. The Wizard was on the lead. He's been ignored. Here comes Jeff White. Croft closing quickly. Good defensive play. Johnson will get support from Eagleton. Wants to set it up. Rockets the ball to Curley. Hugs the boundary line. Wills comes out. Gets the bounce he wanted. Not quite the footy.
Bad luck.
Stepped over the line. For a boundary throw in.
Look at that supporter. He's paid his money. He's entitled to say what he likes.
Well, they were silent in the first half, the Bulldog supporters. They've come alive at Colonial Stadium. Darcy with a ruck work. Magnificent knock over the back. Scotty West has gone up a cog. Nathan Brown from the centre wing. Measures the kick. Looking for Grant. Forced Ingerson under the ball. Can't keep it alive. Toss back in.
This quarter centre clearances, Western Bulldogs 4, Melbourne 1, inside 50. The Bulldogs 8, the 4-goal result, and Melbourne only 1 for no score. So they've absolutely dominated this first 6 minutes of the game.
It's almost like they've come out wearing the opposite jumpers from what they were wearing in the first half. Phoebe, out of defence, Matthew. Not much distance on the kick. The punch forward comes from Rigoni. Liberatore chops it off. West again, he's killing them at the moment. Bounces off the chest of Rowan Smith. Hasn't had much of it, but kicked 3 goals. Back to Eagleton. Bit of a fumble. Actually, the bench players, Eagleton and Wills, have both been good. Kick by Eagleton. Grant in the middle. Ingerson, no mark. Oh. He was going to get a free kick for a high tackle, advantage paid. And they're out of trouble now. But that kicks us straight. Comes to Dimatina. The Ox. Grabbed him when he didn't quite have the football. Advantage comes to Darcy. Darcy, 60 metres from goal. Long, Bartlett.
And that's what a lot better play by the Bulldogs. The third quarter, they're kicking a lot longer and direct. They were short passing to a one-on-one situation, making it very hard for their forwards to get space. But Bartlett found space.
So Bartlett, hard up against the boundary line, not much to aim at. From there he could nearly hit 2 goal posts, but he only got 1.
This quarter, Scott West has had 5 kicks, 2 handballs, 7 possessions. He's been the highlight, as is Andrew Wills, has kicked 2 goals.
Well, they've come out running in numbers, the Western Bulldogs. It's been a feature of their play so far. This first 10 minutes of this third term. Whelan marks across half-back. Dimatina guards the mark and does it well. All of a sudden, some wild kicking from Melbourne. Ellis has got to hit the ball hard. Just paddles the ball along in front. I would have paid a free kick to Libber there. I reckon Powell got into his back.
I agree. Straight in the middle of his back there. He was the only one playing the ball. So he grabbed him by the jumper. And straight in the back.
Can't fall on top. Darcy, Jeff White, a run in the ruck. Darcy with strength. Tackling now by the Western Bulldogs. Very, very strong. 55 plays 64.
And Melbourne players here have just got to grab an opponent here and stop the flow. Nathan Eagleton was on his own there. Anthony McDonald gave him too much space to work in. And Brett Gergic's gone on him now.
4 goals won the Bulldogs this term. Melbourne yet to score. Chant goes round Colonial Stadium. Has come alive. Bulldogs, Bulldogs. Crutch goes Eagleton.
Nathan Eagleton.
He's gone. It won't be advantage. It'll come back. McDonald just pleads with the umpire as Eagleton pumps the ball long. Grant couldn't get a run at the ball. Rigoni, good player in the first half. Stands and livers, finds Schwartz. Back edge of the centre square, rockets the ball wide.
Powell's on his own, KB.
And here's a chance, Powell. Good call, Paul. He's on 50. 11 possessions, short, loose player. Finds White.
They've just made a change there, Melbourne. They've just panicked there. The Bulldogs have been getting on top around the ball there. So Jeff White's come onto the ball and Troy Simmons has gone to full forward. They have to make that change. They're just getting too dominant in around those stoppages on play.
Well, is this the steadying goal the Demons are looking for? Because it's been a Bulldogs blitz in the first 12 minutes of this third term.
2 goals have both been long ones, so this is no problem for distance.
Jeff White has booted 2 goals in the first half from right on 50. An important kick. Great. Rams at home. He's got 3.
And 3 goals have covered about 165 metres.
He's a great kick, great technique there. He's moved onto the ball there, just the change they needed there. The Bulldogs have been going very well around the ball. Scotty West has got a lot of it. Just good play here. Powell got on his own. Scotty West has certainly stitched him up in this third quarter, found space, and Jeff White has kicked 3.
Richmond Brains Trust, Danny Frawley looking on. He must be very pleased with the way the Tigers are going. Darren Crocker with him. And fancy Richmond winning up in Brisbane with the injuries that they've had. 3rd on the ladder. Fantastic for the Tigers. West a hand pass out. Ellis has moved up and been an attacking halfback, certainly in this third quarter. Bartlett. Grant in the middle. Chris Grant.
Well, didn't find much space there, Chris Grant. Ingerson's been right up his ginger. Doesn't give him much room, Ingerson. Sensational play. Tough and hard. Good mark, just
poetry, this. What a mark.
Strong hands.
Talk about contested marks. With the clip over the ear, the fist over the shoulder, and he just took it beautifully. Inside the 50, Dogs 12-3 in this third quarter. Well, they kicked the first 4 goals. Melbourne steadied with 1. Grant, too, has kicked from a long way out today. His goal was outside 50. This one, inside 50.
Beautiful kick.
There's another one. So if Grant and White were on the driving range, you'd want to be moving your car because they could drill it over the back fence.
Well, it's good play here. Just great attack on the ball here. Strong mark. Tough. Ingerson makes you work for every kick. Great work there. He needed that for his confidence too.
Notice the Bulldog players do it quite well, but they actually push their opponent away and then make their lead. Alan Smith did it early in the game. Chris Grant as well. 5 goals to 1 to the Bulldogs. Killing Melbourne out of the centre square now. Jose Ramiro from Nathan Brown. Again, Grant's the target. He's dragged to the ground. It's got to be a free kick.
They drew the free kick there. Didn't take possession of the ball there. Smart work.
Well, if the Bulldogs hit the front in this third term, they'll lift the roof off this stadium because they have come alive, the Bulldog supporters. They've been chanting in this third term. The flags have been waving. And their champ, Chris Grant, is going for his third goal.
Can't tell me they can lift the roof off. That'll be another problem Colonial's got. Everything else has gone wrong.
Well, if he kicks this, he brings them within 3 points. They started 34 points down in this third term. Chris Grant.
Cross fingers behind.
Just inside 50. Does that help? Not if you can't kick. Grant. Across the face. Darcy looks dangerous. So Smith. Taken by Nathan Brown. Has just come off the bench for Melbourne. Walsh with those clean hands to Phoebe. So the Demons working hard out of defence. A high ball. 2 against 1. Johnson is a gun player. Sets it up. Garlick. He's got it.
Just replaced Hudson. Been there 20 seconds.
Well, he's a goal kicker, Simon Garlick. Even as a young player with Richmond under-19s, he could kick a goal. He's kicked 14 goals, 4 for the season. So he's a dead-eye Dick. Big kick for the Bulldogs. With a word of encouragement from Brad Johnson. Simon Garlick. Kick from just outside 50. It's a shocking kick. It's a floater to the square. Hitting the ball hard was Rowan Smith. Couldn't quite take it. Leon Challey just bullocked his way out of trouble and pumps the ball wide.
Well, Rigoni had a chance, but Brown's got it for the Dogs. Sits all right for Johnson. Centering ball to half forward. Darcy hits it very hard. West has had a magnificent third quarter. And what a tackle was put on Uze there. And the umpire comes in and says, it's my decision, I'm going to ball it up.
Curley.
Todd Curley. I'm watching for Scott West here. But West actually didn't have a chance to get into the action because the tackle actually dropped Uze right back on top of the ball. Wills got it again, but no chance. Which is the ball, which is his head?
Well, I can't pull his hair anyway.
The one that's got Sharon on it is his head.
But actually the head's shinier than the footy. Gee, all the opposing coaches are here today. Bomber Thompson as well. And the Cats had a glorious victory yesterday at the MCG.
So a great third term by the Bulldogs. Curley. They are inspired. Eagleton is a beautiful kick. 55 metres out to the square. Smith.
Kick.
Hit the top of the square. Great kick.
Super kick. And Smith, with good, strong eyes and hands on the ball, has marked. He's booted 3 goals. Now, because he's marked on the goal line, he can actually walk straight up here if he wants to. And just before he gets to the man on the mark, he can turn and kick it through, and he can't go over the mark. Doesn't make any difference. Bangs it through.
Pretty good conversion rate from Rowan Smith. Just 5 kicks, but 4 goals.
Usually plays up in the half-back line, but he's been a good link there with Chris Grant there. Chris Grant's been well held by Ingerson. So he's the second option there. Very quick. Great kick here by Todd Curley. Nathan Eagleton hit the top of the goal square. Great kick. Put the defenders of Melbourne under pressure. Nice mark and goal.
Admit, every time I see Nathan Eagleton, I wonder how come he ever got away from Port Adelaide. And he's here with the Bulldogs, and he sat down for the first half. He's been there for a quarter for 9 possessions. back in the middle, and the Dogs really throwing everything at the D's in this quarter. Darcy wins in the middle. Great desperation there by Schwartz. It spills to Uze. Open forward line for the D's. In fact, there's not too many up there. And the mark that Curley wants to play on quickly. They've really turned this around. They trail by just 3 points. They were down by 34 at half-time. Garlick to Grant. And when Chris Grant moves like this, what can Ingerson do? He is poetry in motion. Grant to Smith. Comes to the back. Hudson, he only sat down for about 3 or 4 minutes. He's back on. And with the Bulldogs going so well in midfield, I wonder why Hudson ever came off, because he's going to get some chances.
Well, the movement of the Bulldogs has been a lot better. Stephen Powell's going off and Brad Green coming on for Melbourne. They're now kicking the ball to space and forwards are running onto the ball, and they're getting it a lot quicker into their forward line. Chance for the Bulldogs. They trail by 3 points. Can they hit the front this third term after starting 34 points down? Great smother by Dimatina off the boot. And a good tackle as well. This is where the Bulldogs have gone up a cog. Can Melbourne answer the challenge? Uze from half back drills it to Woden, who was so good in that first half. 14 possessions. Woden.
Just giving Scott West too much latitude though, KB. He's really been stitched up.
Slower into the forward line. Contest is going to close quickly. Free kick, certainly. Surely he's interfered with Jeff Farmer. Didn't go for the ball. No free kick for Farmer. Dimatina's off. May have just hurt himself down here when he did the smother and then the tackle on Schwartz. Pumped away by Darcy. And straight on the ground is Albie. Puts the ball down. Looking for Garlick. Has the ball thumped away.
How about
boundary throw-in?
Mark Albie has been on the ground for 2.3 seconds, gets his first touch.
Actually, you can be clever the way you use the guy coming off the bench, can't you? We've seen it lots of times now where they come off and create that loose play on the wing. White. Not the heavy knock then from Eagleton. They sort of clashed heads for a baller. 70 metres out.
Marvellous turnaround
Bulldogs goal
in this third quarter. The Demons have added just one straight goal, and the Bulldogs have kicked 6-1 in this third quarter after being down by 34 points at half-time. Dimatina getting the calves worked on. Leoncelli over the top with the tap. Here's Albie again. Oh, he threw it.
Good umpiring.
McDonald takes the free kick for the Demons. He's looking for Schwartz.
Well done.
Punched away by Brown, who was about half his size. Comes to the front, Uze. Round the body he goes, right in front of goal. Chance for Robertson. Running past Nathan Brown for Melbourne. We've got a Nathan Brown on both sides, but that ball floats out of bounds on the full.
Just dominance of the Western Bulldogs. Have had 6 possessions where Melbourne have only had 37. And Scotty West has been the instigator there. Their bench players have been very good. Nathan Eagleton, Andrew Wills and Simon Garlick have come on and given them a lift. Bit of pace around the ground.
Just 4 minutes remaining to three-quarter time. Melbourne haven't lost a last quarter this season. And so if they're within striking distance at the last change, don't count them out. And at the moment, they're still in front. So how good are they looking? Curley. Johnson. But the momentum is with the Bulldogs after this brilliant third quarter. The ball out of bounds, a throw-in.
The Demons are a little bit sloppy in this third term. Got to put that down to the pressure of the Western Bulldogs. Started getting the ball out of the centre quickly into their forward line. They've turned this game around. Schwartz hits it hard. The Ox from 50 takes them on. Great smother off the boot again by Darcy. Where the Bulldogs have been good, hunting in numbers. Liberatore sets it up as the playmaker to Albie. Back edge of the centre square, drills it to Garlick. Great grab.
Under pressure, it's come on for Paul Hudson's done a good job.
Scotty West. He's a running machine, kicks the space, needs a kind bounce and gets it. Grant lends support. West pumps the ball back. Hudson, the danger man, at the back of the pack. Leoncelli goes to ground. Oh, good strong play. Melbourne desperate in this last line of defence. It's a free kick. It's coming back. It's going to young Gurgic, who's had a break in this third term on the bench as well. Whelan goes short, very short to White. And again, you can see Rigoni just losing his footing there. And another smother off the boot. Magnificent defensive play by the Bulldogs. Ellis was thrown off the ball. There was no free kick. No toss back.
Great third quarter by Craig Ellis.
And what great smothering. I mean, there's been
fantastic
3 great smothers this quarter by the Bulldogs.
And what they've done, the Western Bulldogs,
Look at that.
they've played a loose man in the Melbourne forward line, so they're using an extra man down back.
Rowan Smith, one of the few kicks he's had today that hasn't resulted in a goal. Getting back, Nathan Brown for the Demons. Into Walsh. They can go up the centre corridor here. Draws the man Walsh. Beebe back to Walsh. Good running. Gee, I like the cut of this bloke. Round he goes. Bounced it just in time. Long to the forward line. Farmer the only hope. Outnumbered. Craig Ellis again. Standing tall.
And he's playing loose in the Melbourne's forward line there, Drew. That's why he's having such a good quarter there. Just pushed back there. Had no other option there. Craig Ellis is all by himself in this quarter.
It was good play by Contessa, who's got the ball, because he stood in front of Jeff Farmer just so he couldn't get a run at the ball.
Here's another chance for the Demons. Uze's hand pass. It goes through the ox. Green to Uze, who doubled round. Adam Uze! Yes!
It's just that poor turnover there in the midfield there for the Western Bulldogs that cost him that goal. Just quick relay play. Uze, it's good there. You've got to get the ball in quickly when there's a loose man in your forward line. They did that. And Uze, they desperately needed that goal before three-quarter time. Just 2 minutes to go. Smart play by Uze to get the ball on quickly. Good second effort and goal.
And Amuze has bid at 13 goals for the season. Dimatina doing some work on the boundary line. The Demons by 9 points. Crashed to the ground that time was McDonald. Woden. Just under 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Nathan Brown pumps the ball down. He's looking for his skipper there. Maybe he got a shove out. Was Neats, not paid. Contessa caught by Farmer. He's gone. Didn't he close quickly?
It can motor. It's over the ground very quickly.
Can he produce a little bit of magic here?
His team play today has been fantastic. He's given off hand passes and his defensive work.
Well, he's kicked a goal. That came in the first quarter. It's a tight angle. He's just caught in two minds. Now, Ingerson's over the boundary line there. Not quite sure. I thought he was going to kick the ball to him. The Wizard from 35 metres out. Can't bend it back. Through for a behind. Now, I don't know what Ingerson was doing there. He walked outside the boundary line. Now he's walked back in.
Well, there is two lines there. There's a very faint one, so he thought he might have got away with it.
Well, the food is very good at Colonial. He might have been looking to lean over the fence.
1-2 to Farmer.
In the last minute of the third quarter, what a rib tickler the last quarter's going to be. 10 points the margin, Melbourne in front. They did lead by 34 at half-time. Johnson, a high ball towards centre of the ground. Darcy hit the floor very hard. Quick exchange of handball in the middle. Walsh has it for the Demons. Green with a chance. Farmer and Green hit each other. A collision between two teammates, and Jeffrey Farmer's in a bit of bother here. The Dogs have got it now. It comes to Eagleton, who drops a simple mark. They're on the 50. Can the Dogs get a goal before the siren? 20 seconds remaining for the term. The umpire comes in and is going to ball it up. And Jeff Farmer, he lost his mouth guard, which bounced out in that collision with his teammate Green. Head clash.
Oh, that's nasty.
And you would be counting your teeth and checking you got two eyeballs after that. Siren, three-quarter time at Colonial. What a game of football. Skills under the closed roof on a windy, cold, wet Melbourne day. Absolutely great. And I wouldn't be going anywhere for the next half hour if I were you. 12-5 Melbourne, 10-7 the Bulldogs. Melbourne pumped them in the first half, but the Dogs hit back in that quarter, kicking 6-2.
Well, they're sensational around the clearances, the Bulldogs, and that's where they were disappointing in the first half. Melbourne was sensational in that area. Just stoppage on play there, and Scotty West was the key. 10 possessions, 6 kicks, 4 handballs, great tackle, goal. He really started off in the midfield there. The blokes that come off from the bench, Eagleton, West and Garlick, really gave them a lift around the ground there. Wills was sensational with 2 goals there. And the work rate by the Melbourne players to get back into the game, just to stop it there. Their tackling's still very good, and they haven't lost a last quarter, Melbourne, so they go into this game very confident. Stephen Phoebe's done a great job on Paul Hudson there, you're seeing on screen. He hasn't had a lot of the ball. but Grant was sensational in that third quarter too, attacking the ball hard, Drew.
Well, the Demons had 9 different goal kickers to three-quarter time. Bulldogs just 5. It's 10 the margin. Melbourne in front.
Sorry, mate.
What are they getting ready for? Footy Focus, 7:30 Thursday night.
I am the real thing. Come and see the real thing. Come and see the real thing. Come and see. Come and see the real thing. Come and see the real thing. Come and see. There's a meaning there. There's a meaning there. There's a real meaning thing. Come and see the real thing. Come and see the real thing. Come and see. I am the real thing.
It's GST Business Bonanza time at Harvey Norman. When you flexi-rent your computer needs for GST compliance, you get up to a $400 bonus. You can flexi-rent equipment or software and training by using your $200 GST government startup voucher as the first payment. Then you'll get another $200 gift voucher from flexi-rent. That's a total bonus of $400. Hurry, this offer ends June 30. Conditions apply. See store for details. Get started today. See your local Harvey Norman store.
Want to explore a whole new world? Optus Television gives you the chance to win an IBM Aptiva 80A computer with a Pentium 3 processor, plus unlimited internet access for a year. Entering is as easy as 1, 2, 3. It's simple. If you subscribe to Optus Local, plus Optus Internet, plus Optus Television, you automatically go in the draw to win. Also, consolation prizes of internet packs and phone cards. See your Optus Television guide for details. Have all 3 products and you could win. So now I can explore a whole new world.
In a time of violence.
I want the war to be over.
And of fear.
I want the hate to be over.
The children of South Africa dared to dream.
Freedom is coming tomorrow.
You. Come. Whoopi Goldberg stars in Sarafina.
I'm powerful because you are the generation that will be free.
Coming soon to Movie Extra.
When it comes to comedy, there are a few rules one must follow.
Get out of here.
Rule 1, never work with children or animals.
No one will even notice us. Okay, but one fart and he's out of here.
Rule 2, never mix business with pleasure.
I'd rather pull my arse over my head.
Rule 3, never take yourself seriously.
Bitch.
Are we even freaking dirty? It's an hour of laughs that breaks all the rules.
What can't that woman do?
All new Suddenly Susan at 7:30, followed by Pearl, Tuesdays on O.
Wednesday and Thursday, admit yourself to Alderhay.
World's first unit to specialise in the surgical care of newborn children.
An ER designed especially for the medical care of kids.
Trauma 1, calling Major 2.
Where a day in the life can bring joy, heartache, relief, and astonishment.
How did you get that on there?
The true and amazing stories of the outpatients and operating wards of this children's hospital. A series to warm your heart. Wednesday and Thursday, 6:30 on Odyssey.
The force was with the Bulldogs in the third quarter after being stitched up in the first half. All of a sudden, their midfield got on top and they kicked 6 goals to 2 in the third quarter to get to within 10 points at the last change. So it's Melbourne 12-5 to the Bulldogs 10-7.
The Coca-Cola AFL Premiership Season. The Coca-Cola AFL Premiership Season 2000. Brought to you by Harvey Norman. The new 3-litre turbo diesel patrol. Just wait till you drive it. And the bank that helps businesses make it happen.
Melbourne haven't lost a last quarter this year. Records are made to be broken. Well, we thought that Jeff Farmer might have been in a bit of trouble there, but he's okay to start this last quarter. Progressive score in the second quarter over in Perth today, and the West Coast Eagles just one straight kick ahead of the Blues, who have a good record there. The Coasters 6-5 to 5-5. Name a game. You can get any AFL game on video for your enjoyment at home anytime you like by dialing 1-800-035-665, or on the web it's aflvideo.com.au. Now, Jeff Farmer had a head clash with Brad Green in the last minute of that third quarter. And I thought maybe we wouldn't be seeing the Wizard back. But he's there to start the last quarter, which is good news. Well, this atmosphere will be great, I reckon, during this last quarter. These teams level on the ladder, both with 6 wins, 7th and 8th on the premiership ladder. And how important is this half hour for both clubs? Ball knocked on by Wills, who was a spark when he came on in the third quarter. Nathan Brown has it for Melbourne. Gergic away to Ingerson. Ingerson had his hands full back in defence. The kick towards centre wing. Woden drops a mark. The ball goes out of bounds centre wing. Demons lead by 10 points after 34-point lead at half-time.
Great third quarter by the Bulldogs. 6 goals to 2. Jose Ramiro on the interchange bench there, along with Scotty Wine. So Jose's been in great form this year. 16 possessions so far today. Very rare to see him on the bench. Obviously, he must be injured. We can see he's being taped up there. Is that a calf problem?
Looks like a calf problem, KB. Just ice.
Well, he'll be a loss. McDonald started on the bench from half-back. Pumps the ball back towards the half-forward line. Penetrating kick. Curley, consummate defender, underrated. Kicked off the ground by Ellis. Was very good in that third term. Woden works hard to Rigoni. Going to ground was Green. Young man from Tasmania. Kicked the goal when he came off the bench. It's all tied up. Desperate play by both sides. Going to ground was McDonald. Dimatina. Looks like he might have hurt himself in that third term. He's back in the action for a boundary throw-in. 77 plays, 67.
Good to see the whistle being put away. Just let them fight it out.
He just looked on that new turf over there too, making it very difficult for players to keep their footing. You see the difference in the green.
Boundary throw-in on centre wing. Darcy takes the front position, being sharked and pinched that time by Matthew Phoebe, playing his first game for the year. Curley does a 360. Wants to kick the ball to space, so the race is on. Rigoni has got pace. Brown did well. Just forced the ball back over the line. Great contest.
Really good chase by Nathan Brown.
Stephen Powell and Alistair Nicholson sitting on the interchange bench there.
Stephen Powell, who had 3 years with the Bulldogs and now against his old team. Leoncelli goes straight for the boundary line and it's out. So it's a real arm wrestle at the moment. And so far, we're going nowhere in the last quarter.
Well, they've been better this quarter in the stoppages on play. Boundary throw-ins, Melbourne. They've just tightened up in that area. The Bulldogs got away from too much in that third quarter.
Nearly 3 minutes played, no score in the last quarter. The ball thumped back to the boundary line. Best on ground at the moment is the boundary umpire, who's being worked overtime. But it's great to have a game under the roof, and this is when it's really come into its own. There's a bird caught under the roof too, just flying around, enjoying the football. And the umpire once again puts the whistle away, but eventually he's got no option and comes in and will ball it up. You see the Aboriginal sign there painted on the ground, and that's the AFL's recognition of the supporting the reconciliation this weekend. And actually Jeff Farmer tossed the coin for the Demons today.
Eagleton has the ball smothered by Schwartz. West has been a mighty player again today. This is a good kick. Now there's a free kick. It'll go to Grant. It was held by Ingerson. I said it was a good kick because it was between Grant and the boundary. He had time to move to it. And so much so that Ingerson has given away the free kick.
Just put him under a lot of pressure there. That kick, West was very good. Wasn't close into the contest there. Was out a little bit wider on his own. It was just smart play. You've got 16 blokes in at the contest and one's out there on his own. You've got one in one chance of getting it. You got in there with 16. You got 1 in 16 chances. So a smart play by West just to suck himself out of the contest there and get the ball, which was smothered and ricocheted to him.
Chris Grant's booted 2 goals, 1 in the first quarter, 1 in that third quarter onslaught. They kicked 6 goals to 2. They came from 34 points down to trail by 10 points at the last change. Grant. It's the captain's goal. Sensational kick. Bulldogs within 4 points.
Just what they needed in this 3-minute mark of the game in the last quarter there. sensational play there. Eagleton's been good, come on, was tough in the contest there, got the ball smothered. And West was out in the peripheral there, kicked the ball beautifully to Chris Grant, put Ingerson under pressure, and the contest has been pretty even there against Ingerson and Grant.
Glorious kick by Chris Grant. He's had 6 kicks for 3 goals, and that was threading the eye of a needle. Matthew Phoebe making a return to AFL football, playing his first senior game for the season. Chopped off by Dimartina, round the corner to Wills, who cooled his heels for the first half, but made an impact when he came on in the third quarter. Uze's got it. Woden would probably be leading Melbourne's best and fairest. He's had a wonderful season. Shane Woden. Cut to the ear earlier in the game, so hence the heavy bandage. Farmer, almost a great mark. Johnson missed with a hand pass, and it's still there for the Demons. Croft runs the ball out. And it's a throw, is it?
Yeah, throw.
Free kick to White, and this is an absolute sitter for Jeff White, the way he's been kicking. Johnson. That's a two-handed scoop. Yeah, it's not a hand pass. It's a good call.
Good call by the umpire, yeah. It was a throw there, just a two-handed scoop.
I always like the way players argue with the umpire when it's absolutely obvious.
You've never seen one bloke change the decision with the umpires, do you? Waste of energy.
Well, White just kicked 3 goals, all from about the 50-metre line. This time he's about 15 metres inside it. Out of a bit of an angle. Good execution. Well done. A goal in each quarter, and the Demons steady.
Well, he's been very good, Jeff White, at full forward. He's played very well, led hard, just too tall for Matthew Croft today. He's been very good. Recipient of a free kick here, a bit of a scoop by Brad Johnson, and the umpire was in good position to pick that up, and a good goal just to settle.
Demons answer the challenge in this seesawing game at Colonial Stadium. Terry Wallace and the Brains Trust look on the Demons now by 10 points. Eagleton. They've been good out of the centre square in this second half. The Bulldogs, they were blitzed in that first half. Brown gets support. Eagleton pumps the ball back towards half-forward line. Now, Chris Grant, I reckon, was held for certain that time by Ingerson. Scott West done well. Forced the error. Clean bowled was Garlick. Tickling the ball along in front was MacDonald. He's been crunched to the ground. The ball up, edge of the centre square. Let's have a look at Chris Grant being held there momentarily by Ingerson, and again held by the arm.
That's a free kick.
Simmons got into the back of Darcy. Ruckman getting the easiest free kick. That free kick was there. Now, Chris Grant was held at the other end. You get nothing. But if you have a bounce up or throw in, I'll tell you what, Ruckman, can they get a free kick?
Outside 60, you're a chance to get a free kick, but inside 50, it's very hard for the forwards.
He can kick it a mile.
You never miss a ruck infringement, do they? Grant is the target, forced under the ball. Hudson's got it. Playing in front at the back. Chris Grant was forced under the ball, and it's landed in the lap of Paul Hudson.
So isn't it another free kick for Grant, which happened before Hudson took the mark?
No, I wouldn't have thought that was a free kick.
It's worked him under with his pressure. But a poor free kick here by Simmons, just inexperience there. Yeah, could cost him a goal. Hudson in front of Stephen Phoebe this time.
There's no free kick to Chris Grant on that occasion. Paul Hudson, a goal-kicking machine. He's just kicked the 1 goal today. 45 metres out. Paul Hudson nails it.
It's a beautiful silky skills, Paul Hudson. Very rarely miss. Hudson, he can come on the bench and on the ground and off again, but he still kicks his 2 or 3 each game. He's a very good player. He's been very good for the Bulldogs since recruited from Hawthorn. But he was just poor play by Simmons here to give the free kick away and give the Bulldogs another chance at goal. Grant's been good, leading hard. Hudson in the right position in front.
On the left, Brian Royal, who spent so long with the Bulldogs and now in the Melbourne's brain thrust with Neil Danaher. And we're back to a 4-point game. What a thriller we've got at Colonial. Whistle from the umpire off the play, and he comes in from about 30 metres away to signal, I've seen something off the ball, and they've picked out the free kick to Luke Darcy. So he gets his second in a minute off Troy Simmons.
And the umpire was in the road there, and they sent a bounce. Troy Simmons had no chance of going at the ball.
Melbourne by 4 points. Darcy goes out wide. Garlick must have been eating garlic. Nobody near him. In towards centre half forward, but Walsh is there for the Demons to take the mark.
Could have accelerated when he first took the ball then, Simon Garlick. He could have ran inside 50.
Uze out of defence, and a good mark to Leon Chelly at right half back for the Demons. They haven't lost a final quarter this season in the opening 11 rounds. And if they keep that up, they'll win this, because they came into the last term leading by 10 points, Melbourne. Up to half forward. Robertson under the ball, but it bounced back to him. Caught in Dimatina's tackle, and guess who else? Liberatore, the best tackler for a decade, a ball up.
Demons by 4 points. 13-5, plays 12-7, 83-79. Darcy and Swartz. Swartz open in defence, went forward in that first half, interchanged a few times with David Neitz. Caught the Bulldogs out, Leon Chelly. Shares the ball to Matthew Phoebe, pumps the ball back. Great grab
by Craig Ellis.
Ellis. Well, he's lifted his rating in this second half. Scotty West has been again magnificent. Just keeps on winning the ball. 27 possessions, Luke Darcy. Oh! Goes wide. Dimatina. Eagleton can feed it off to Brown. Runs inside 50. A centering kick. Wills has got a back. Too much carry. Marked by Leon Chelly.
This is Nathan Brown for the Demons. He gets to the 50. Took it a fair way. Kick was smothered off the boot. Contest by Woden. Ball over the line and a throw in. 83 plays 79. Melbourne 13-5 to 12-7. Demons led by 18 at quarter time. 34 at half time. They dominated the first hour. And then the Dogs hit back with 6 goals to 2 in the third quarter. Melbourne led by 10 points at the last change. It's now 4. What a game we have at Colonial. We've got 12 and a half minutes remaining. Garlick gets the hand pass out. Dimatina over it. Dimatina over it. You've got to do something. Umpire says, play on. Sort it out, boys. Socket round the boundary line. Oh, Johnson couldn't keep it in. Ball, throw in.
Scotty Ryan, the skipper, warming up on the boundary line. The Bulldogs may have kicked the first point. I'm just going by memory here, Drew, but they haven't been in front for virtually 99.9% of this game. The Demons still hang on to a 4-point lead. Uze sees the ball over. Scotty West has been a star today. 29 possessions. Johnson with 21. They've come hard at the Demons in this second half. Simmons to Uze. Manhandled. Grant. Some fancy footwork. Quick snap. He's missed. So close. He has shaved the post.
And what's actually happened here, the taller forwards of Melbourne in the second half have dropped off. Swartz, Jeff White and David Neitz. They need to get involved in this last 11 minutes of footy left. Melbourne are going to win this game.
Well, with the roof closed here, Drew, a huge hum goes around the ground.
Yeah. Oh, great mark. Magnificent by Darcy. Nearly hit the roof. Off to Nathan Brown. Brown for goal. Home she goes. Doggies have hit the front.
Poor decision making there by Stephen Phoebe. The kick to the tallest player on the ground in that area is Luke Darcy. There's only Matthew Phoebe down the ground there and Guy Regoni, and Darcy comes over the top. The only tall player there, and Nathan Brown settles, doesn't panic under pressure and goals. The Bulldogs are in front.
Foul's on for Leon Chelly, and the Bulldogs have brought Scotty Wind on. They've put him in the goal square. Now he's lined up on Walsh, who's just got Gurgent to go back and pick him up. The Bulldogs in front, 86 to 83. Here come the Spraggers again. Scotty West pumps the ball back towards the half-forward line. Bartlett's going to hit it hard. Good play by Walsh. He's quick. A rebounding player. Back to O'Woden. 34 points down at half-time. The Bulldogs have turned this game around. Robinson's the target. Curley. Top one high. There was no free kick. Ellis has been terrific since half-time. Phoebe on the boundary line. Squeezed up. Tackled by Libber.
Loose turf again there. Yeah.
Simmons is coming off and Nicholson coming on for the first time today for Melbourne. A boundary throw in. The Bulldogs, 13-8 to 13-5. They lead by 3 points. Schwartz in the ruck. Liberatore belts the ball back towards the edge of the centre square. Bartlett comes hard. Hudson's lurking. Danger here for the Demons. Uze bundled over. Dimatina runs inside 50. Big balls. Big kick. Hits the post.
They've just lifted here, the Bulldogs, in this second half here. Weston's been the instigator. Eagleton around those plays there. They've been very good, hard in and under, and they deserve the lead. Let's turn it all around here.
Wagoni runs it out for the D's. Kicks to a contest. Grant's come all the way. And Chris Grant, the centre half forward,
that was a good mark, Drew. He actually jumped a little bit early just to make sure he had his body in front.
Wasn't a great kick though, KB. That's 2 kicks.
It's not a great kick either. An underground kick, scooped off the deck by Matty Phoebe. Magnificent hand pass to Robertson. Dimatina defending as well as attacking. You're holding the ball, Robertson. Well done, Dimatina. Quickly away to Brown. Beautiful to Grant. And he has just controlled this game, Chris Grant. It's not the weight of his possessions, just the class of them. 6 marks, 8 kicks. He's kicked 3 goals. Look at this. Rowan Smith can kick it from 55 and he's only 50 out.
Yeah, Whelan should have been in front on that occasion there. Take the space in front of him there so he can't lead into it. Great kick by Chris Grant. He's led from the front in this second half. Ingerson was working overtime on him in the first half. It's good play there, didn't panic. A couple of kicks by the Demons when they've kicked a point. Have cost him dearly, just turnovers.
Smith has kicked 4. Got it.
Kicked it.
Gee, they stayed quiet for a while. Well, everybody's been saying the Demons, the fittest team in the competition. Now they've had the test put out to them. They trail by 10. Can they rally and get back?
Well, I don't think so, Drew. They've been very good in the centre's clearances there, and that's been a key factor. Woden's given West too much latitude, and he's just carved him up in this second half.
This is going to test the resolve of the Demons. The Bulldogs have kicked 10 goals to 3 since half-time. Unloading is Darcy. He's looking for Scotty Wine. Whelan on the rebound finds Matthew Phoebe across half-back. They're trying to generate something, the Demons. Uze, been a 44-point turnaround since half-time. 2 bounces. Carries the ball and belts it inside 50. Schwartz is the target from behind. 2 grabs. He's got it.
Play on.
Not paid. Ripped out of his arms by Ellis. Oh! And Uze. What a grab. Centering kick. Been marked by McDonald. The Demons need the next goal. The force is with the Bulldogs. McDonald. White's the target in front. It's a good kick. He's made good ground. He's booted 4 goals. Can he equal Rowan Smith at the other end, who's booted 5? He'll be shooting from just right on 50. You can see the angle. Not an easy kick. Jeff White. To get the Demons back within 4 points. Push it across the front. Farmer
Free kick.
has tried a specky. He's given away the free. They've paid the advantage. Contessa comes away, just wobbles it back, looking for Kingsley Hunter. Did well. kept the ball towards the boundary line.
And that was a better kick by Adam Contessa. In the first half, they would have kicked it short, but he kicked it long, got a result on the boundary line there, and they start the game again.
And Farmer there, just a bit anxious. His ambitions and capabilities just got a little bit confused. And Luke Darcy's got blood pouring out of his head. He'll have to go off through the blood rule.
Well, that was Farmer standing on his face.
Now, Brad Green's come on for the Demons, so there's a lot of changes down at ground level. Hahn's about to come on as well. Wills is warming up on the boundary line. 83 plays 93.
Luke Darcy's been the real key in this last quarter, so he's going to be sorely missed. He's been involved there, had 7 possessions, 2 marks, but he's been very good in the centre square there and put the Bulldogs in front.
So Wills is on for the Bulldogs. He came on in that third term, kicked 2 quick goals. An electrifying burst. Time clock ticking away. Just under 8 minutes left. Wine, fist to the ball. Johnson wins the hard ball. Bartlett playing in front. Tried to take a one-hand. It was a good attempt. Stephen Phoebe goes short, wanting the bounce and getting it. Losing the ball was White. Liberatore at ground level. Those wonderful hands. Sets it up to Johnson. Wills runs the 50. Andrew Wills makes it through. He's got 3.
Well, what a great thing for Luke Darcy to come off the ground. Andrew Wills, what a change of events there. Andrew Wills coming on as he did in the third quarter. Kick 2, important. Liberatore, sensational hands. Wills with his electric speed doesn't make a mistake. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, 3 kicks, 3 goals. Darcy's been patched up. The Doggies very keen to get him straight back into the action. And now Melbourne really have the task ahead of them. Down by 16 points. They led by 34. So that's a 50-point turnaround since half-time. The umpire comes in. He's going to ball it up. There's 7 minutes remaining. Darcy's jumper's got a bit of blood on it, so he'll go for the backup. The heart's pumping here. The teams came into this game 7th and 8th on the ladder. Level on wins and losses. 6 wins, 5 losses each. So there's absolutely nothing between them. Free kick. Johnson wants to take advantage and dashes off, but it's got to come back. And Wine in the ruck while Darcy is still preparing to come back. Wine to Brown. Brown off the left to the 50. Bartlett, full stretch, couldn't take the mark. Gergic has got him. Wills another one off the ground. He keeps it on the forward line for the Doggies. There's a lot of people who thought, why did the Bulldogs pick up Andrew Wills? He's been around, he's been to Geelong, went over to Fremantle, but, well, he's shown them something here today. Probably been interchanged 3 times. Come on, 3 kicks, 3 goals.
50-point turnaround in this game. Who would have thought? Eagleton closes directly in front. Rams at home.
That's nearly got to be the ball game, you'd have to say. This is a decent lead with just 6 minutes left.
Well, the way that both sides were playing in that first half, if someone had have said they'll come out and there'll be a 56-point turnaround and they'll kick 12 goals to 3 in the second half, halfway through this last quarter, you just couldn't believe it.
Well, the interchange players have made the difference, KB. Eagleton's been very good since he's come on. Andrew Wills has kicked 3, but Scotty West on the ball. Luke Darcy in this last quarter has been very good.
Back in the middle we go. Melbourne desperate to get it out of here. Eagleton spins through the air. West at ground level as he's done all season, racking up Brownlow votes, no doubt. It was that high. Brown got the hand pass, gets it to West, but it goes to Nathan Brown of Melbourne. Umpire prepared to let him go for a while. Yes, he says play on. Bartlett the hand pass out. Ball flipped up, almost looked like a throw. Rigoni for Melbourne. McDonald, crunch. It's Green. He'll take the free kick. Brad Green, cricketer, soccer player, now an AFL footballer. He kicks towards full forward. They want to mark the Demons. No. Wine, first touch. Yes, the mark paid.
The old warhorse. Come off the bench. He'll slow things down. Just under 5.5 minutes left. Kingsley Hunter just casually comes away. The mine was ticking over. not very well. Kicks it straight to Rigoni. It was so good in that first half. It was a strong midfield by the Demons, but led by Scotty West in this second half. The Bulldogs midfield, magnificent in that third quarter. 6 goals to 2. Garlic and Darcy feeds the ball off to Eagleton. He's a penetrating kick, edge of the centre square, drills the ball, looking for Hudson. He was held.
Come on, up
no
in the right
free kick.
position.
Grant, he's got 2 to beat. Walsh, much improved player. Whelan to White. The Demons need to move the ball quickly to Leon Challey. Hudson should have been paid a free, no doubt. It's been marked by Robinson. It's been pretty quiet. Just kicked the 1 goal today. The Demons badly need someone to take a mark. Neats couldn't take it. Dropped. A roll of the shoulders with some strength. Brown's been very good across half-back. Can't find his partner in crime in Scotty West, but a wry smile for a boundary throw-in.
Paul Di Martino being worked on. He mightn't be required again. Inside 50 in the last quarter. The Dogs 14-7. It's hard to believe it's the same game between the same 2 teams that were playing before half-time. Wine gets it towards the boundary line. Brown keeps it in. He might want it out in a minute. He had the lead. That out of bounds would have suited them there. But they're playing attacking football, and they've done it in the last 3 games. Johnson, great kick. Ellison stood up really tall in defence. Eagleton tucks it under the wing and goes. Left footer long. Smith. Through for a behind. Well, Melbourne need 4 goals in 3.5 minutes. And considering that they've kicked just 3 since half-time, it doesn't look likely. What a turnaround.
Bulldogs by 23 points. Willing to bring the ball back into play. Nathan Brown spent most of the game on the interchange bench. Kicks wide. Garlic. The kicking from Melbourne's been very poor in the second half. They got very sloppy in that third quarter.
Well, just a lot of harassing by the Bulldogs, though. Liberatore's been the leader there. Brad Johnson's been very good.
He's got some blood, so he'll have to go off. He just clashed his head here. He may have just hit the fence or the ground. No, just the ground. Now there's 50-metre penalty as well.
Maybe Schwartz's shin there got him.
Yeah. But the real thing is Melbourne's decision-making in the last quarter, where their turnovers are cost them poorly. A couple of kick-outs, that poor kick then. And Garlick's been very good since he's come on too. He's done very well for his side. Paul Hudson's is coming off too.
Changes everywhere here on the boundary line. Hahn's coming on and Elvey. You made a good point, Paul, that the bench players from the Western Bulldogs, there's David Smorgan, Bulldogs president. He's absolutely ecstatic. It's been a big win for the Western Bulldogs. Is that Ian Turpey down the boundary line there? Just a glimpse there of someone standing there.
Come on down.
Come on down. Scotty Wine. Very rarely does he kick a goal. He's kicked 1 for the season. Through for 1 behind.
Back to the back line.
Gee, the Bulldogs have done 5 victory laps after this final siren here. What a victory this has been. And the last month for them, after they trailed St Kilda by 31 points at 3/4 time 3 weeks ago, got up and pitched it by a point. 2 floggings interstate since then, and a come-from-behind win again here against Melbourne today. And after 4 losses in a row, it'll be 4 wins in a row. Neil Danaher and Brian Royal. And Choco Royal looks pretty resigned to the fact that he's going to lose to the team he represented and was an assistant coach for. West, a high ball, and the mark taken by Brown.
Just in that contest there, just with the ball up there, all the Melbourne players are in close, and on the peripheral there were all the Western Bulldogs. You can't be in too, they're in too close at the moment. That's how Scotty West has got most of his possessions in this second half.
Darcy at front position, couldn't take the mark, but they're fighting each other with a footy. Liberatore gets it out to West, and after a slow start, those midfielders have just got on and killed them. Comes to Nathan Brown of the Bulldogs. To Bartlett in the pocket. He's got it too.
Nathan Brown's been a pretty good player for the Bulldogs today as well.
Just a half-back line. They really did tighten up their defence there. Craig Ellis in the second half. Matthew Croft's been serviceable. They just tightened up all over the ground there. And I can't believe that Scotty West has got so much latitude in the second half.
And it's interesting, umpire talking to David Swartz in the centre of the ground, umpire Brian Sheehan, a long conversation about that 50-metre penalty.
Bartlett for the final nail. Not a bad kick, but difficult from there.
Two behinds the Bartlett, including a post from the third term. Simon Garlick, all bandaged up. Paul Hudson is happy. A couple of goals today. Just a minute and a half left. This is a big win for the Western Bulldogs today. White has booted 4 goals, mainly played on the forward line. Might still be some doubts about his fitness. McDonald, sloppy handball. Ingerson from half-back, goes short to Uze. Sets it up to Rigoni. Battled hard today. Quickly inside 50. Neats is the target. Just couldn't take it. Nothing going right now for the Demons. Contessa had the job on Farmer all day. He's just kicked the 1 goal, the Wizard.
Dropped a couple of easy ones too, David Neats, today in the forward line today.
Simmons, a high ball. Hunter hit the ball hard. Contessa wants a free. We'll get a ball up.
Hard to believe it's a 25-point margin. 59-point turnaround since half-time. Bandages everywhere. Shane Woden cut his ear early in the game. Was bandaged, came back on. Green. Whelan gets it out for the Demons. Gee, Nathan Brown, he's kept on getting the ball. That is now 27 possessions. And here comes Andrew Wills. Didn't get a look in until after half-time. 3 goals. And was part of the inspiration that started this comeback. Across the ground he comes. Hunter. And they're just running down the clock now. Hunter gets it back from Curley. What a win for the Bulldogs. Unbelievable. They were long odds against at half-time. And for the first time this year, Melbourne have lost a final quarter. They led by 10 points at the last change and lost the game.
Well, as interchange players of the Bulldogs have given the spark there in that third quarter. They continued. Spoke about it before, but the clearances from around the ground were sensational. Scotty West was very good. Garlick, Wills, Eagleton, Nathan Brown, the half-back line. His precise skills are sensational. Rowan Smith did a great job up forward, kicking 5. Chris Grant led hard all day, led from the front, 3 goals. Andrew Wills, fortuitous, kicking 3 goals, but they didn't look like it in the first half, the Bulldogs. They just dominated there. Woden was sensational. Rigoni, Stephen Phoebe did a great job on Paul Hudson. And Whelan was sensational with his tackling and harassing in that second quarter was crucial. They just dominated the second quarter of the game. It was just disappointing for him. Croft did a good job. Craig Ellis tightened up on his opponent there. But Luke Darcy was sensational in the centre. And Noel is very disappointed, Neil Denner, with that lead. Terry Wallace to be thankful that 2 games clear of the 10th position there. So they've got a great chance to continue on here. That's their 4th win against a quality side in Melbourne, who are in the 8th. They played the bottom sides in the last 3 weeks, St Kilda, Fremantle, Sydney, so he's going to take great heart from this win. And really a great fight back and set him up for the rest of the year, Drew.
Sure, Nathan Brown there, he was a very important player for the Western Bulldogs today, but Scotty West was just fantastic in that around that centre square, centre bounce, particularly after half-time. Great to see Andrew Wills, an old teammate of yours, come back. He's been in the doldrums, I suppose, the wilderness for a couple of years, but gee whiz, he had that one great year with the Dockers when he polled well in the Brownlow medal. He's a very exciting player.
He got sacked, and look, they recruited him to kick goals because Nicky Winmar had left, so they put Andrew Wills in there to kick those goals, to provide a spark. He's quick, hard, and leads, and it's good for him to kick 3 goals. He's been in the reserves a fair bit. Jose Romero looks like he's got a bit of an injury. But they just worked themselves back into the game. They didn't look like it at any stage. Neil Danaher would be very disappointed in his boys. They were too loose inside the centre square there, and Darcy gave him the lead.
They just weren't able to match the Bulldogs' enthusiasm at the start of that third quarter. I think most of us here in the box felt that the Bulldogs were going to come out hard. They built their club around spirit, fighting qualities. And the Melbourne side had to match them in that first 10 minutes of that third quarter, and they just weren't able to do that. And then, of course, the momentum changed. And Jerry Wallace speaking to Chris Grant, who today booted 3 goals and took 6 marks. And I'm always their focal point up forward. And David Smorgan will be a very, very happy relief president.
Well, for a team who hadn't lost the last quarter, today it was 6-5 to 1 goal in the last term.
Even the third quarter, like Kaylee spoke about, they didn't really come out hard. Melbourne, Woden on Scotty West was just too loose, just gave him too much latitude. Melbourne were going in too hard at the ball. You know, they had 3 or 4 in close to the contest. We're in the peripheral. You've got to be a little bit smarter, and that's where Scotty West won the ball. You saw Woden in at the ball. You only need one on us. You only have one bloke attack the ball, the other bloke stand around and guard their man, and they didn't do that. And the Bulldogs deserve their great win. They'll really go on from this.
This has been a C7 Sport presentation. The AFL Premiership Season 2000, brought to you by Harvey Norman, the new 3-litre turbo diesel patrol, and the bank that helps businesses make it happen.